Hello, salutations. What to do? Stack the gamer off out there. Durag gang, know the vibe. Like, get it. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to another Sadot the Gamer stream. How's everyone doing in Durag Nation? Got a lot of members here early. Appreciate it. Exclamation mark join to become one of the cool kids. What's up, Herb? Sadonix. What do, Alexander? What up, Skills? Action Spider. What's up, Champagne? What up, a Black King? How's everybody doing? What's up, Ability? We're just going to hang out a little bit, give everyone a chance to come in. How is everyone on this fine Wednesday? Halfway through the week. It is skin day as usual. But we're not going to spend too much time on the new Marvel's Avengers skin that just got revealed for the marketplace. But for those that don't know, it is in fact Winter Soldier Captain America, which we already know was coming. Thanks to the great Miller who leaked it. We're going to be talking about another Miller leak. But I will leave the silhouette there for people that don't know. Just so we don't have a bunch of people coming in saying that the Captain America skin is here. So let me download this real quick. Perfect. What up, Flossie? Hello, Natalie. What's up, Cecilia? Walker, what it do? Let's put this up. Yeah, skins are on a lot of people's mind lately because the content is a little bit far off, which we'll get into later. Just giving everybody a chance to come in. There you go. You're currently in college right now. What happened? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Just giving everyone a chance to come in. Make sure you say hello. Greet everyone. It is a good day to be alive. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bars. Average episode of stream. Appreciate it. So, Mr. Clean Kids. Hype for your favorite cap skin? I bet. What was that, crew? Green suit give you Soldier Boy vibes. Did they patch the 3x God Blast? I believe they did. It still exists, but I believe if you are on a new character or you're trying to do it for the first time, it will not work. Content we get for now are nameplates and skins, pretty much. What's up, Pepe Le Pew? Having Avengers skins, more hype about President Morty multiverses. Absolutely. Tim, appreciate that sub. I'm gonna do right, gang. So let me make that alert larger. What's up, Ace? Why does Cap have a Green Lantern skin? He doesn't. That is his Hydra skin from the comic. So Bear, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Skin is clean indeed. Finally, Captain America fans will get the skin that they have most been asking for. Speaking of, looks like Cap is getting a lot of love. I remember a lot of people in chat were saying, when's Captain America getting skins? Why isn't Captain America getting these skins? Well, here you go. Captain America is apparently getting some skins. The drought is over. According to Miller, he believes this is the new Captain America skin that will be coming, in addition to the Winter Soldier one that's dropping tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't have enough credits left. I have like 850 credits left over. I don't have enough for the Winter Soldier Captain America skin. And I'm not one of the content creators that get skins for free. What's up, Lucky Raygun? You only getting the skin because it looks like Soldier Boy? Literally Soldier Boy high on gamma radiation. Well, to be fair, this came out before The Boys. Am I playing Avengers? I am. I am playing Avengers today. I should be, of course, but you know. Crystal Dynamics going to Crystal Dynamics. But we got some actual news that's not skin related. Well, partially skin related, as I'll explain in a minute. So this has been making the rounds. So basically, on Steam, we saw that Avengers has a new patch coming. Patch 2.5.3. It's supposed to be coming before patch 2.6, which of course is the new villain sector that drops next month. And they're going to be making some changes to the legal text. They will have to get rid of the whole bit about 2020 Marvel developed by Crystal Dynamics, now is Montreal, Square, and Square Enix logo are registered trademarks for trademark of Square Enix Holdings. Because Square Enix, once the deal closes, will no longer own Marvel's Avengers. Once the Embracer deal closes, this will not be a Square Enix property anymore. And that is going to reflect in all the legal stuff. So what does that mean for Avengers? Well, they're not replacing it with the Embracer Group. So that could be a sign of not great things. But it could be a sign that it is definitely a sign that the deal is close to closing, which we found out from the live stream. So hopefully when that deal closes, it will come with an announcement of whether or not the game will be continued to get supported. But with patch 2.5.3, Square Enix will officially no longer be the owner of the publisher of Marvel's Avengers. Wonder if the Cap skin is going to literally be buff Captain America. Oh, I mean, he doesn't. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to use the same character model, so it's just going to look like this, just with a different shield and obviously the different outfit. But it sounds like but Miller said it looks like they are in fact going to be changing the shield and not just the color. There is an outfit that has the circular shield, but Miller thinks based on what he's looking at in the files, they're going to actually change the shape of Cap's shield to match this outfit. Hope that cap looks skin just like that, not the Hulk glow in the dark. Oh, don't remind me. Personally, I'm not a fan of the evil Cap storyline, but I always thought it was a really good looking skin. Great look. And if they're willing to change the shield from its usual shape, who knows? That could mean they're willing to change the shape of other weapons in this game that I won't mention because it will make Bob Duckenweed pull his hair out. Is belt still broken for Jane? You don't get the stats buff when you put it on. Is the belt? What do you mean you don't get the stat buff? You mean the Wreath of Yggdrasil? You're saying you're not getting the heroic charge rate increase? Is that what you're saying? So Marvel's Avengers is going to be dead in the water soon, or the exact opposite. But it looks like we're going to get an answer soon. The old shirtless Cap skin made him look like he was in the first Avenger MCU movie. Yeah, I thought it was funny that they gave him abs, which is what they should have done originally. But I thought it was a funny update. Magic Cap skin, effing hard. Wish y'all had skins with the cartoon filter. That would be dope. Those look good. You ready for Square Enix to officially not be owner of this game? You are. Same. I'm sure there are definitely a lot of employees who, let's say, were not fans of working under Square Enix. That will be quite relieved. Hail Hydra. Form sticker. Exactly. As far as I know, the Wreath of Yggdrasil, all those perks, the perk that gives you the heroic charge rate burst, nothing's wrong with it. Last I checked, still works. But you want to make sure that when you're actually using it, you're actually activating it, because it's not a perk that automatically gives you the heroic charge rate. It only gives you the heroic charge rate burst when Odin Force is active. So that means if you're on PlayStation, that means holding R2 when you're activating your Odin Force, or in Jane's case, the All Mother's Blessing. You have to be holding R2 and activating the Odin Force while you're picking up a heroic orb. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Hawk needs a physical buff. Looks to be Jack in the comics, for sure. When they can give Hawk some abs and stop making him look like a gorilla. Could you test something when you activate Iron Man's Hulkbuster armor and then get enough intrinsic energy? It freezes and you can't move? You mean if it fills up? Sure, we could test that. Do I still play on PS5? It is the only platform that I have and the only one that I play on. What's up, Yelton? I love testing. I love beta testing, as you all are well aware. I'm an enthusiastic beta tester. So let's hop into the custom harm room and test to see if Hulkbuster is broken. Dr. Zola. The Kiva Thordis. Yeah, it's coming soon. But, who knows what soon means. Winter Soldier cap comes out tomorrow. It's the marketplace skin, so every Thursday. What's the new update? Patch 2.5.3. It's the update that it will be coming out before 2.6. And they're changing the legal information about Square Enix owning Avengers. So it looks like the deal is closed. So it looks like my Hulkbuster is fully charged with the intrinsic. And I'm not freezing. Gotta say beta tester in the Kyle voice. Haven't done the Kyle voice in a while. As you know, I am an enthusiastic beta tester of Marvel's Avengers. Feel like it's broken? Tomorrow we go crazy? Yeah, my Hulkbuster is working as intended right now. Seeing no issues. It freezes your armor. Huh. Fortunately, it's not freezing mine. IGN set a premiere for new Gotham Knights Harley Quinn gameplay. Are you showing too much? Not at all. I still want to see some extended Robin gameplay. They're giving people exactly what they wanted. People wanted more gameplay. They gave them more gameplay. People said, okay, but where are the villains? The only villain we've seen so far is Mr. Freeze. And you know, some mobs. Where are the villains? And now we're seeing the villains. So good for them. I knew Harley Quinn was going to be in it based on Patrick's answer when he said the Joker. He said Joker wasn't in the game, but he would not confirm or deny Harley Quinn. So I'm like, okay, real cute. Think I'll put hundreds of hours into this game? Thousands, actually. So I think they will announce a release date for Bucky next month after patch. Don't know. Based on their pattern, they don't announce release dates after the patch comes out. It's usually like a few weeks. Usually like at least a few weeks. But it was even longer. Like so after Jane came out, we waited what? Jane came out on the 28th. So when Jane came out on the 28th, we didn't get the next development blog until last week. So that, which was what, August 18th? It was about 40 days or so. And that wasn't a release date. That was just telling us that 2.6 and 2.7 are coming, and that 2.6 is being targeted for September. So it looks. So Miller was mentioning how when they stack a lot of skins, because they've been making a lot of skins. We've seen a bunch of skins they have in the work. He said when they do that, it's usually because they're expecting there to be, time to fill in between content. So they want to make sure they have plenty of skins to push. So my guess would be 2.6 comes out on the 29th. And then at the end of October, maybe the third or fourth week of October, they'll announce that Winter Soldier and patch 2.7 is targeting a November release. That's my prediction. How you still in Hulkbuster? Hulkbuster works by intrinsic. So as long as you have intrinsic energy, you stay in the Hulkbuster. What's up, Uncle Casual? He needs more takedowns. True. So if you want to stay in your Hulkbuster longer, you need to be gaining intrinsic energy. And thanks to some buffs they made to the Hulkbuster, your normal gear with Iron Man applies to the Hulkbuster. So if you get a reactive empowerment, for example, which refills you with intrinsic when you take damage, or any perk that gives you intrinsic, whether it's doing damage or taking damage, it will apply to Hulkbuster. So you can build your entire Iron Man around just staying in Hulkbuster. So it's confirmed that the deal went through. As far as we know, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like the deal closed yet, but there wasn't really any realistic concern that the deal was going to go through. The question was, after the deal, the question still is, after the deal goes through, what's going to happen with Avengers? No one was anticipating any problems with them closing the deal with Square. The question is, what are they going to do? Very good villains. I'll travel to new Marvel's Avengers. Sorry, Lila, my French is terrible. One skin per week content. Too bad God of War and Gotham Knights will have your attention. Gotham Knights has some fun to be had. You look forward to it. Same cinematic universe. They should add the Iron Man energy displacer cannon. Rumbleverse is better. I just downloaded Rumbleverse. I was going to try it. Finally, almost 175 with Jane. Yep, I just hit. If you missed it, I hit 175 with Jane over the weekend, so I could finally relax. My Jane is ready for the raid. I mean, ready for Cloning Lab. Need to get him geared up. Don't ever really enjoy playing him. Yeah, Iron Man's pretty good, especially if you play raid. If you play the raid, Iron Man is pretty amazing in that scenario. Yep, right. There we go. Got buy Love of Thunder skin for Thor? Nah. Wasn't already like that? No. Before 2-3, that's when they started making these changes. Iron Man's normal gear did not apply to the Hulkbuster. And after 2-3, and I think another patch, all of Iron Man's gear perks apply to the Hulkbuster. That means payloads, reactive buff, reactive empowerment, all that applies to the Hulkbuster. So I think we'll get Spider-Man 2 news at D23. I think so. That's going to be the big showcase for Marvel games. So if the only Marvel game they're going to show is Midnight Suns and the new Skydance Media Marvel game, that's going to be a very short showcase. So unless they have a bunch of mobile games for Marvel that we don't know about, I feel like they have to include the Insomniac stuff. K Bishop Stark Tech is the next shipment specialty. Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Iron Man's Skybreaker armor is dope. They're not doing it, but as a concept, it'd be dope. Anyone use Thor anymore? Odinson? Sure. Winter Soldier November, that is my prediction. But do I have reactive empowerment? Did you miss anything? Yeah, we went over the new Miller leak, which is in the thumbnail. if you didn't see it, but basically the Secret Empire Hydra Captain America looks like that's coming. They just revealed Winter Soldier Captain America skin for tomorrow, and we were just talking about the next patch, which is coming out before 2.6, and it's going to be changing the legal information involved with the text involving Square Enix, which is a sign that the deal is approaching close. Are all exotics good to keep? No, they are not. You want to, when you're in the phase of looking for gear, you want to start getting familiar with perks and how good they are, how good the stats are, and that's going to come from having a clear idea of what kind of character you're trying to build. Because a lot of exotics aren't good. Some are really good. Some depend on your build. Some are really good but have bad stats. So that's going to come from you just understanding the game, understanding your character, what you're trying to do. Sony's having another showcase. Yeah, I heard they're another PlayStation event. Need to up the module cap or lessen the amount used. They definitely need to up the module cap for sure, I think. 9K is not a lot. I'm already running low. So I updated a bunch of stuff. Mobile games, everyone likes those. Indeed. Never getting Winter Soldier, hopefully She-Hulk and Captain Marvel, but maybe you really want Vision. Yeah, same. I know people will have their characters that they prefer, but yeah, I really want some powerhouses. Embracer Group stock price fell because of how bad of the bad Saints reviews. I saw someone post that. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to last that long, but yeah. Unsurprising that Saints Row was poorly reviewed. Imagine a Crystal Dynamics Morbius game. That is a gamer. That is true. Dennis Hacker, appreciate that sub. I'm gonna do right, gang. Finish aim, indeed. They should be finished with 2.7 when Cloning Labs comes out. Thank goodness. What's up, Dustin? How's that we can get Spider-Man and Midnight Suns? But not consoles, but not this game. They made a different deal. 2K got their Marvel license that could cover a certain amount of characters, and that's why they can get Wolverine and Spider-Man. Marvel's Avengers was different. Marvel's Avengers originally was not going to have Spider-Man in the game at all, but Sony wanted Spider-Man to be in Marvel's Avengers for the promo for No Way Home. So they paid Square Enix a bunch of money to have Spider-Man put in Marvel's Avengers as a PlayStation exclusive. Glad you didn't pre-order Elseworld. Yeah, there are very few studios that I would pre-order a game from these days. So I need a couple things. I need more. I have a lot of units, but never have too many. I need more DNA keys. So I'm just gonna kill Abomination a lot. And then I'll do Black Panther's Skyer Protocol. City under. Now's the time to buy some stock. Yeah, Bracer Group, I think they're a good investment. Going forward, they look like they know what they're doing. If Bracer doesn't continue to support, then yes, yeah, that content is not coming. Might be a stretch, but you think shooting combat for upcoming Bucky and Black Widow should they put Borderlands as combat? Where you don't get those priority hardware missions. After November, you're not expecting an update till March. Another 4-month wait with no content. When it would probably be Patrol. Yeah, that could be a thing. I mean, there might not be a game after 2.7, so or before, so we just have to wait until next month. Hopefully, get some clarity. You got so many resources for Bucky. Can't wait. Same. Think we lose access to all marketplace skins. So that's not necessarily the case. I mean, right now, if you're offline, you don't have access. But in the event of a shutdown, it's very possible that they'll do a patch so that your purchases will still be available. But it's also very possible that they won't be. Just prepare for that. What do Embracer need to get the license? Yeah, they need to sit down with Marvel and work out a new deal. Now let them know that that they're interested. Work out the particulars of the deal. You know, do they want a license for multiple games? Do they just want the license? Do they just want to continue the license for Avengers? And then once they work that out, then they give them a lot of money and continue. We thoughts on Love and Thunder? I thought it was a terrible movie. What's the next event? I forget the order. I'm not sure Corrupted Vibranium is for a while. Let me look it up. How's Avengers 2. I cannot save my life now. Let's see. Oh, that's not the blog I'm looking for. All right, here it is. The order. Yep. Tachyon Anomaly, Roof Skya Protocols, Corrupted Vibranium, Red Room Takeover, Cosmic Threat. That is the order. Yep, so Corrupted Vibranium is next. Thank goodness. So everyone, if you were late, welcome to the stream. Make sure you like and subscribe. We got a little bit of new information. Miller just leaked another what he believes is a new skin that he didn't previously see with all the other leaks. Looks like Captain America has 2 skins coming. The Civil War, the Winter Soldier skin, as you see on the screen, that comes out tomorrow, and his Secret Invasion skin, his Secret Empire skin, when he was a member of Hydra. On top of that, there's a new Avengers patch coming next month before 2.6 that is going to be updating the legal information and officially taking Square Enix off of all the legal stuff. How can you level up Iron Man faster? Exclamation mark level up in the chat. Type that in. Take you to my video. Show you the best ways to level up. And as well as the best ways to farm XP. What's up, Dean? What's up, Classic? What's up, Caden? Chillin'. Ronk, how you doing? The Corrupted Vibranium and Tachyon Anomaly are my favorite events. So we eating good. Need to get Jane up. Can you play? Sure. I don't see why not. As long as you're on PlayStation. I'm just running through some stuff. I'm just getting some stuff out the way today. Running some villain sectors. Doing the event. Hydra confirmed, imagine. What's the sixth event? All the events are Tachyon Anomaly, Ruskaya Protocols, Corrupted Vibranium, Red Room Takeover, and Cosmic Threat. Those are the only ones. PSN is Sadot Soul. Dick Foster. This game is not crossplay now. Favorite Spider-Man movie is No Way Home. I didn't forget about Thor this, but it ain't coming anytime soon. They're taking their sweet time rolling out Thor this. Alright, so that's 82 DNA keys. Was captured different in the movie? Yes, it was. That's specifically what people were requesting when they asked for that Civil War skin. They also wanted accuracy. They wanted the actual new shield. Not the same standard shield. Or the standard MCU shield. Thanks, appreciate that sub on Durag gang. Who's my favorite character? Probably still Thor. Favorite skin is Ponytail Widow. Why they go back and make Captain America buff? I mean, if you're doing thirst trap skins, you got to make sure you up the thirst level, you know? They realized that the Cap skin wasn't thirsty enough. Because even when it came out, people were making fun of it, not just because it came out of nowhere, a shirtless Cap skin, but because they gave him a dad bod. Like he didn't look ripped, despite being a super soldier. And after the whole summer skin thing, they corrected that. You add it, cool. I've been meaning to get my DNA keys back, but I just haven't felt like it. Finally got a fire lineup for skins and games we could play while Avengers takes its time with content. Yeah, I mean, Avengers definitely one thing you can always count on. Avengers taking its time with content. What'd you miss? Skins and more skins, pretty much. But it does look like the Embracer Group deal is very much close, because there's a new patch next month that will be changing the legal information and taking Square Enix off of it, since they don't own it, since they don't own the game anymore. If the game tanks, we got so many games coming. Yeah, I was surprised that Sonic Frontiers is coming this year. There's like God of War. Anybody scared of God of War? Which I'm here for. $2023 is going to be crazy as well. I mean, 2023 is going to be insane. There's so many games in 2023 coming. Like, high priority, too. I mean, just off the top of my head, of games that I'm personally really looking forward to, like Hogwarts Legacy, Spider-Man 2, Jedi Survivor, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Like, if like just two of those is crazy for a normal year. So that's gonna be wild. Alright, Jinx, appreciate you. Do they have a release date? Nope. Soon as there's a release date, they will let us know, and I'll let you know. But I'm telling you right now to set your expectations for not anytime soon. Do not start looking for a Winter Soldier release date until at least October, and that's not for when you could expect him to come. That's the month, the earliest you can probably realistically expect for him to get a blog telling you when to expect him to come out. It's going to be a while. What should you be doing in the game when you log on? You're lost. You're a returning player. That depends on you, really. You're a returning player, but at what level? What are you trying to do? That is going to be different depending on your particular goals. Have you finished all the DLCs? Did you start leveling up a character? Do you want to start leveling up a character? Are you trying to reach the end game? Play the Omega level threats, the raids? What are you trying to do? How are you going to fit all those games on your 100 gigs left? Start deleting some stuff. Usually what I do is I'll only put stuff that I know I'm playing. I'll have that on. If I know I'm not going to play it, then I'm not going to have it installed. That saved me a ton of time. Because I know I can always just re-download it. So there's really no reason for me to have a bunch of games just sitting on my PlayStation if I'm never going to use them. So are we only going to get one new original character this year? Yep. Just Winter Soldier. You hate the raid? So do I. You of those extra sabatons keep appearing disappearing? Working as intended. Appreciate this movie. Welcome to Durag gang. Like I did it with Punk. What I gotta do with Thor. Second, any leaks on the second anniversary? Yeah. Miller leaked what appears to be the second anniversary animated nameplate. Which honestly looks not very good compared to last year's anniversary nameplate. The 1 year anniversary nameplate last year was actually pretty fire. This new one looks dog water. Not gonna cap. Telling you to check out Shy. Bro, you know how many shows and movies that I have to catch up on? I'll get to it when I get to it. What's up, Jorge? Yeah, this year has not been very eventful. The first two patches of the year were mainly focused on updating the game for new players while giving a little something to existing players. You know, then we got one Echo character. We're getting one additional character, and we're getting one new villain sector and one new piece of in-game content. Plus character updates. They're doing a lot of updates, you know, to the game, to the characters. Not a lot of content. Looks like they're setting the state. Assuming they're going to get support going into next year, it looks like they're setting the game up for an influx of new players, because I think they're getting ready to go free to play. That's my theory. I think they know that's their only way forward, and they're going to have to do a rebrand. Go free to play, make a lot of changes. I think that's going to be the wave. What's the worst movie and show of Phase 4 so far? Movie and show? Black Widow and Hawkeye. They do Hulkbuster as one of Tony's heroics, knowing and only work good against Taskmaster. Mission. I disagree. I think Hulkbuster is very powerful, and it works great against everything. Especially with all the buffs they added to it. You can make an entire build specifically around Hulkbuster. It's amazing against Claw during the stun phase. It's good in the damage phase. It prevents just being in it prevents Iron Man from dying to the wipe. You can run through pretty much all the content with Hulkbuster and not be worried about dying or anything. Pretty OP actually, if you build around it. You gear 150 with Hawk, Thor, and Hawkeye. You still have some characters to level up. My Thor, Black Panther, Miss Marvel, but you get a mix of leveling characters. So if you're in that phase, you're trying to level up your characters, then you want to be banging out your daily and weekly objective. So the priority missions, which reward you with some pretty good exotics. You know, some of them are trash, but some of them have some really good perks. Like Hawkeye's priority mission exotic, for example, his chest piece is one of the best in the game. But you want to be doing your daily objectives, your weekly objectives. So you got your elite villain you got your elite villain sectors. They give you you can get 2 exotics from those, in addition to a DNA key. Some of the gear that comes from the villain sectors is pretty good. You got your elite vaults. Vault missions have some pretty good exotics and non-exotics now as well for completion. So there's actually a reason to play them now. The events, which happen every 2 weeks, they allow you to increase your power level all the way up to 175 without having to play the OLT in a raid. So those are pretty good. When you're confident, obviously, and you have people to play with, do the Omega level threat, do the raid. Monica's has another villain sector. Weekly rewards you with Tachyon gear. So your main loop is going to be the events, your villain sectors, your vaults, your priority mission, the raid, the OLT, and then you can just check the gear vendor for stuff, farm chests in certain regions. Today's the 24th. You say a Captain Hydra is coming with Winter Soldier. You think they're going to wait that long? We'll see. Don't forget the raw dog the light button. Absolutely. In normal circumstances, raw dogging is dangerous. In this case, raw dogging the like button is perfectly safe and will actually make things better.
Great work, Avengers. If we get any more sightings of AIM clones, we'll be back in touch. I only play on PS5. That is I have not used my PS4 in quite a while. Once I got my PS5, I put my PS4 in storage. I have not sold it yet. So we got Miss Marvel. Hawkeye's 169. Nice. 69. What's up, Captain? Skin is fire. Yeah, the Miss Marvel MCU skin is dope. I am a fan. Cap skin is one of the most requested. Absolutely. People have been asking for that cap skin almost as much as they've been asking for Black Suit Spider-Man. Crazy. What's up, Derek? Keep simping, my friend. That Ragnarok Hawk ASAP. Yeah, I'm happy for you Hawk mains, but that ain't for that one ain't for me. Which one was your PSN, Derek? I added a few new people. Favorite Marvel movie is Infinity War. Dordish, you'll have it one day. One day. Will you do the Sky chip? You don't do anything. You collect them, and once you have enough of them, that checks off the mission chain. They have no real use. You're just collecting them for the mission chain, for the event. That's all. Thank you, Bot. Thank you, Xbox. Right. Oh yeah, I don't have to remind you to keep sipping. It is in your DNA. Doors delayed so they can add even more cake. That would be funny if they did that. More likely, it would be so that they can take it away. Where we want the story to go next. After the Kree invasion, I want them to go a magic route so they can bring in Strange and Wanda. You do Sky missions. All right, I'll bring you in since I have to do Sky missions for Black Panther anyway. Delay for cake. I mean, for improvements. You don't mind waiting. Widow Summer Skin needs a cake update. 100%. I don't know why they made Thor thicker than Widow. They playing too much. As down bad as Aqua is, he took one look at that skin and was like, nope. Mandarin should be able to fight is magical. Yep, they could go Mandarin. They could go Mephisto. Since the MCU for some reason doesn't want to go there. They want to act like Mephisto don't exist. Have I played Miles Morales? Yes, that was the first game I bought for PlayStation 5. Loved it. MMA dreams. Imagine Avengers being TVMA. I can't. Baron Mortal, LT, Dormammu Raid. Ooh. Now we're talking. Wherever they go after Captain Marvel, I think in the Kree has to be big. I feel like they have to really go for it. Bring in some not just bigger heroes, but bigger villains as well. Because villains are definitely what the game is lacking. Like, people are understandably disappointed that the heroes aren't coming fast enough, but it wouldn't be as much of an issue if we had stuff to do with the heroes that we already have. To me, that's the bigger thing. We have a decent amount of heroes in the game already. We just don't have that much to do with them. We want some better heroes, which is definitely valid. You know, some, you know, a Doctor Strange, a Captain Marvel, you know, some more fun heroes. But if they're not coming with stuff that like is fun to do, like it's kind of pointless. As amazing as Doctor Strange would probably be in this game, if you dropped him in the game right now, people would still complain, because it's like, okay, they're going to level up Doctor Strange, they're going to run around with him, and then they're going to be back just complaining about there's nothing to do, because it's going to be the same stuff. You're going to be going against the same enemies, same levels, same missions. They need to change it up. What's up, Drew? We were just talking about the death of Marvel's Avengers. And skins, the usual. Nah. Yeah, we just went over the new Captain America skin that Miller leaked. They announced the Civil War, the Winter Soldier Captain America skin that Miller leaked already. That's coming tomorrow. Looks like a new patch is coming next month before 2.6. And it's basically just going to be, we don't know what else is in it, but we know they're going to be updating the legal information to remove Square Enix. Did I see Morty and Multiverses? I streamed it yesterday. Definitely check out my streams when I go live with Multiverses. Morty was a lot of fun. What about the Hawkeye skin? What about it? To be clear, when Miller leaks skins, they don't have release dates. He has no idea when they're coming out. So Miller leaked the classic Captain America skin. He leaked the Gladiator Hulk skin. So we don't actually know, but we don't actually know when those are coming out. He doesn't know. He can assume they're going to come in relatively near future, next month or two, but there is no release date. And we don't know which skins are going to be marketplace and which skins are going to be shipment. What's up, Abby? Hope you're well as well. Which skin am I most excited for? None. I don't really get excited for skins anymore. The only skin that would actually make me excited is a skin that I know Marvel's Avengers does not have access to. And that's Spider-Man's symbiote suit. If they had access to the symbiote suit, I would be excited about that. but I know they don't. So I'm not excited for any skins. So it will be I am looking forward to Thordis because of just how down bad the chat's going to be. But yeah, skins don't really do it for me. I'm mainly all about the content right now. I want to know. I want to mainly. First off, I want to know if the game is even going to exist going into next year, because I don't want to buy skins for a game that's about to get shut down. So I want information about the future, and then I want information about content. Lessons, Craig. Am I getting the stealth suit? I don't have enough credits to get the stealth suit. I only have 850 right now. And Marvel's Avengers does not want to give me skins for free like they do other content creators, because they're mad at me for telling the truth about the game and not being positive all the time. About to have access. Probably it's it's related to whatever deal they have with Marvel and Sony. But certain skins they don't have access to, as confirmed by a dev. I think Brian was lying about that blog saying he planned it. No, we already know. I mean, that information wasn't new. Like we already know that they're planning content. I think that's the issue. People saw, and I saw this misunderstanding on social media a lot. That's why I know people misinterpreted what he said, because I had people telling me that 100% Marvel's Avengers is confirmed for next year, which is not the case. What he said is that they planned content for 2023 and beyond, which is true. Anybody can plan content. That doesn't mean the content has been funded. It doesn't mean the content has been greenlit. It just means they planned it. So they planning content could literally just be, hey, what should we do in 2023? Let's do Captain Marvel and let's think about doing Doctor Strange. That's planning 2023 content. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean it's approved. That just means they're having the conversations. They are investigating. They're doing some stuff with 2023 in mind. That's all that means. So it wasn't Brian lying. That's literally what they've been doing. Did you miss the leaks? You did, but there's no. I mean, if you saw the screenshot, that's pretty much what. If you saw the thumbnail, that's pretty much what the skin would look like. That Miller says they're working on. It's a Secret Empire Captain America. Basically, Hydra Captain America. He's green. The most interesting thing about it is probably the shield. The fact that Miller says they're basically thinking it looks like they're going to give him the shield, which would be more than they usually do, because they're actually changing the shape. What rarity would the symbiote suit be? They would definitely make it an exotic. You want to know a home hybrid? Yeah, I don't think those are coming either. Done a new VP suits. They did the one thing. Do I even have it? Here it is. Here you go. This is a new Black Panther skin. There's your new Black Panther skin right there. Same for the Mark 51 Prime. Alright, let's see. Complete any war zone in Wakanda. The enemies with Intrinsic. Enemies with King's Mercy. The enemies with Black Flash Kills. You know, most of the skin looks easy. You know, most of the skins are the same, but recolors. Yeah, I was not a fan of that skin. Black Panther has some really cool stuff from the comics. Fortnite has a really good Black Panther skin. Little annoying that they didn't put it in Avengers yet. I feel like the Perk Gauntlet should be another new way to level up characters. Yeah, I feel like there's no real reason why the Mega Hive shouldn't reward you with superior gear. How many characters do I have at 175? 5 characters. And I have 2 more. The heck? It's FPS mode for a second. And I have 2 more at 174. If they could change the shield, then why couldn't they change the hammer? And there it is. People are going to be like, if that Captain America skin comes out, and the shield is indeed different, people are going to be like, where's Stormbreaker? They tried to make Stormbreaker, and for whatever reason, it didn't work. Appreciate that sub, Prince. Welcome to Durag Gang. They tried to make Stormbreaker. They tried to do MCU Stormbreaker, and it didn't work. It broke a bunch of stuff. Host Viz, appreciate that 499. Can you please explain the perk breaker? It sucks. Put it simply, it sucks. In theory, perk breaker is supposed to give you a 200% increase to perk damage that you would get from a payload perk. Like a payload perk that says that's damage, not status, not a status payload, but like a shield missile drops a missile payload or something. Those perks. That's what perk breaker in theory is supposed to give you a 200% increase to. In practice, it doesn't do anything. It is a complete waste of time. Gotta have Ultimate Mjolnir.
Wakanda forever. Get over here. These spiders are so annoying. Eat that 200% perk rigor. I keep a few around. Like, I got a few. Alex, for some reason, really strongly believes in that perk. So, I got a few good rolls of it. So, whenever I get a good roll of it for a character, a good stat roll for perk breaker, I just keep it in storage just in case it becomes good again. Because that's definitely the type of perk that can easily be amazing if it's properly tuned. So until it's useful, I just keep one in the stash. Yeah, but until then, yeah, it's trash. Wakanda forever, indeed. Guys, first movie skin is your favorite? I mess with the Infinity War. I'm gonna hold on. Potentiators, I believe they fixed, yeah. So they should work. Defeat enemies intrinsic. Did none. Defeat enemies. Enemies. Making some progress. Yeah, because the potentiators used to not work at all, but I believe they were fixed. Appreciate that sub. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Welcome to Durag Gang. Appreciate that sub. Welcome to Durag Gang. Sub TLA. Have I seen the slick Panther skin? I don't know what you mean. Look at this view. That's nice. Said on their lock skins. I'll check it out when I have a chance. That takedown did not go how it was supposed to go. Pop this Bash Chosen real quick. As an Xbox player, you're still waiting for Spider-Man. As an Xbox player, you should stop. Unless you're playing on getting Midnight Suns. Looking, you talk about this one? You're talking about the looking slick? Because that's old. That's not old. That leaked a while ago. There's still 2 shipment skins they haven't added yet that leaked a while ago. It was that and Kate Bishop had one. $14 for a skin is dumb. I mean, $20 for a skin is dumb to some. That's the market. Depends on what the market is willing to pay for. Some live service games charge 20 for skins. I mean, some charge 50. I feel like Marvel's Avengers is pretty reasonable compared to some other games. I play exclusively on PlayStation 5. Like $4 or $5. Yeah, no game's gonna charge that for premium skins. Cause you gotta remember, you're thinking of it from a perspective of you don't like spending, you don't have a lot of money to spend for cosmetics. You don't see the value, and you think that's a lot of money to spend on a skin. They're thinking of it from the perspective of we are running a business. It is very expensive to license the Marvel IP. It costs time, it costs money to make the skins. You gotta pay for the license to use this, to be able to even use the skins. You gotta pay the people to make and program the skins. So they have to make sure that they're setting the prices at a price point that will make them money. Now, in a vacuum, I don't think $14 for a skin, a premium skin in a live service game, especially a licensed IP, is that big a deal. But in the context of a game where literally everything else is free, I really don't think there's much room to complain about the skins. Like, buy them or don't. But it'd be one thing if this was a game that was, charging you $30 for DLCs on top of, $14, $20 for skins. But they literally give everything else for free. Skins are the only way they can bring in revenue outside of a deal with like Game Pass.
So I'm perfectly fine with them charging $1,400 for premium skin, since that's their only means of actually making real income. To me, that sounds more than reasonable. In any game, live service, mobile games, it's always a smaller percentage of players that buy the skins anyway. That's why you're not going to really see game companies like pay attention to people who think skins are too expensive, unless they're seeing that reflected in their sales, because they really only need a small percentage of the players to even buy the skins to begin with. Like if you're like mobile games do this all the time. They charge a lot, but they only need like 30% of the players to do it. And that is enough to sustain them. Is the thumbnail clickbait? I don't do that. The thumbnail is the news. The topic of the video, the main topic is about a new leak from Miller. That's why that Hydra cap is in the thumbnail, because that's what Miller posted on Twitter. He said that's the new skin that's coming. All right, that's all of them. How much progress have you made? Damn, it's hard to defeat enemies with intrinsic attacks. Being the Bash Chosen active. Only 17? Game any good? What game? Ryan Stelter? Why is there someone impersonating Ryan Stelter? That's so random. You hate your life right now, just smash your pinky toe into the door. Oof. That is very unique pain. That is such a random person to pretend here. Just heard also that Stelter got his show canceled. So rip. Easiest intrinsic attack, kill, use the dodge attack. I know how to do it. It's just that it's hard to do it naturally with Black Panther over the course of a mission. Especially if you're going through Wakanda, you're fighting a lot of the enemies in Wakanda are a lot stronger on average than some of the other stuff in the game. Obviously, if I was just farming it out, I would just do and we're back if I was farming that specific mission objective. But I'm trying to do the Wakandan region requirement.
You used to smash your pinky all the time and it hurts the pain. It's unbelievable. It really is. Need to get this deal done so keep other things. Patience is a virtue. Yeah. Yeah, that's holding a lot of stuff up. I know a lot of people that aren't even buying skins until they get some clarity about the future. Because, you know, who wants to buy skins if the game is going to get shut down? Exo's annoying as hell. True. Appreciate you, Rebel. According to Miller, the skin that he found that was unaccounted for is going to be the Hydra cap. We don't know. Obviously, we don't know when it's coming out. Miller just sees the stuff in the files, but he said that it looks like they're going to do this special shield. Not just change the color. They're going to actually change the shape to make it comic accurate. And naturally, people are assuming, oh, that means they can do Stormbreaker. And they're probably going to see more people. If that skin officially gets revealed, you're going to see a lot of people be like, all right, so where's Stormbreaker? You haven't bought skins because you don't want to? That's a... That is perfectly fair. Hail Hydra. Need a classic scale armor. They need to revisit that classic Captain America skin. If they're gonna do classic Hawkeye, they're gonna start doing more comic accurate stuff, then they need to fix that Captain America skin. That was not it. Start farming those payloads. I need some vibranium payload gear, minor artifacts with different stats on a few characters. The Romano. Are they making the Hydra cap? That's according to Miller. That's what he found. He said that's what they're doing. He thinks Hydra cap is coming. A lot of skins in this game aren't it? Very true. Which is always confusing me. Because it's like, okay, you've made the decision to basically make skins your only means of income. So why wouldn't you just put everything into the marketplace to make sure your skins are like amazing and top tier? That's what I never got. I feel like everything should be comic accurate, highly requested stuff. Like, go all in on the market. If you're gonna go all in on the marketplace, go all in on the marketplace. You didn't think Classic Cat was that bad? If you put it next to the comic book version, even some of the statues, it looks terrible. Like, especially when you look closely at it. Like, so many of the details are off. And there's no clear reason why. Like, this was back when the quality of skins made people basically call this a bootleg Avengers game. Like, people were legitimately wondering, for good reason, if they were even allowed to, like, have to make Marvel skins because of how bad some of them look. It's like, do they have a deal where they basically can only make knockoff skins? Because the accuracy was so hilariously off for no real reason. According to Miller, they're changing the show. Why they taking so many skins? So, what apparently they removed a bunch of skins. They wanted to test, according to Nick, how a less cluttered looking marketplace would be. So basically, they took away all the low performing recolors, and are now apparently being more selective with the stuff they put in the marketplace. That was the thinking behind that, apparently. Hawkeye shipment skin was terrible. the comic one that they did not accurately recreate. I think it was terrible, but I was like, y'all couldn't just go the extra mile, just add this one detail. You talk about Civil War? I mean, it's the MCU skin. I thought it was fun. I thought it was decent. Not my favorite MCU Hawkeye look. I thought it was okay. Am I playing offline? No. I always play online. The only time I go offline is if I'm looking for gear or leveling up a new character. Do I think we'll get more Spidey skins? I do not. I think they tried to make it their own thing, but it was rougher son Mick. Yeah, if they actually were like, yeah, let's not make comic accurate skins, let's make our own designs, then that definitely goes to show you how bad the leadership was. Did I buy the Age of Ultron Black Widow? No. Wish they would put a Red Hawk skin in the game. They were going to put a Red Hawk character apparently in the game, but that got scrapped. Apparently that got scrapped. Maybe they were thinking of making it a Red Hawk a potential villain for She-Hulk, but they ain't doing it anymore. Alright, we gotta do one more Wakandan Warzone. Then I can focus on the other stuff.
Werewolf Cap has a different shield technically. The time runs out. It was completely lazy. You'll be embarrassed. Civil War Hawkeye is your go-to after Ronin. I've not taken a Ronin skin off since I got it at all. What's up? What's up, Andrew? Just got here. There you go. Courtesy of Miller. New Captain America skin reportedly in the works. And the Captain America skin on the screen is what's coming out tomorrow. I do not have a gaming PC. So I've only played Spider-Man on PlayStation 5. Think Bucky will get his MCU skin with the mask? No idea. They are weird when it comes to MCU skins lately. But maybe Jane was different. Jane was a little different because she only had the one. So if they treat Bucky like Spider-Man, you know, not completely like Spider-Man, but in a similar vein, then we'll probably get those looks. I mean, he doesn't have that many MCU looks, really. There you have him with and without the mask. You have his white. You have the White Wolf if they want to go that route. When he was just hanging out in Wakanda. You have his Falcon and Winter Soldier look. Like a show skin more than Ronin. I love the Ronin. Ronin's my favorite. One of my favorites in the whole game. Hawkeye's show, I did not like it. I did not like, well, not just the show. Hated the show, but wasn't a fan of the skin. Kate's was fine. I mainly got it because she didn't have any other skins really. Hawkeye's, I wasn't a fan. Are you wrong for wanting Bucky to have an LMG for his assault? Not at all. Bucky is a weapon specialist, so they should have some cool weapon. So I think Bucky would get a Captain America skin. No idea. From a marketing perspective, maybe don't want to release skins that make people yell Echo character. Especially if he ends up sharing some abilities. Seems most likely they would prioritize his MCU skins and more classic looks. Still waiting on Falcon? You'll be waiting a while. I go to aim it for target with Fallout suck. My opinion, Civil War BP, one of the greatest costume designs of all time. That's high praise. But it is amazing.
Mindless robots and their keepers will never be a match for Wakanda. Nor it seems for the Avengers. Thank you for stopping them.
For assault heroic, I could see him. Pulling out a rocket launcher or getting a fistful of grenades and throwing them. Maybe he has energy attack or something come out of his arm. They could do a lot. Alright, defeat enemies with intrinsic. The only thing left for BP. So let's hit up, and we're back. Buck has an assault rifle and it aims, shoots like Black Widow's Swaddle. You're not playing Bucky. You're thinking out the box as well. This out might put down your channel to just real facts. So phase 4 becoming build up of onslaught or different powerful villain of Thanos encounter. Be like Infinity War. Phase 4 has been building up to Kang. Kevin Feige confirmed it's leading up to Kang Dynasty is going to be in future phase. Everything's basically all this multiversal stuff leading up to Kang. Eventually, it'll be a Secret Invasion. That's going to be a show. They're going to be Secret Wars. So I'm expecting Doctor Doom to show up at some point. Along with, and we already know the Fantastic Four will be here. Hopefully these count. Heading upstairs to play Avengers now. Assemble. Get down from here. Do it. I chased them over the ledge. I wanted that kill. Where are the weak enemies? Oh, they're all dead. Captain America's been your main since day one. Congrats. Captain America has been one of my least favorite characters since day one. my least played by far. Along with him, Kate, and Black Panther are my least played characters. But they can be pretty fun. I try to build them as fun as possible. Kill a squirrel girl and make her dummy thick. Mission chain complete. The thirst in this chat is crazy. Never disappoints. Fun fact, did you know Squirrel Girl is Jay Shockblast's favorite hero? So next time you see Jay Shockblast on social media, send him a picture of Squirrel Girl. He really loves it. Few things make Jay Shockblast happier than pictures of Squirrel Girl. He said, and I quote, "Squirrel Girl is the greatest hero ever made. Even better than Thor." Did Thor just release yet? Nope. I assume he's talking about the Thor skin, because yeah, Jane Foster's been pretty much everywhere since June. Yeah, I assume he's talking about the Thordis that Crystal Dynamics is holding hostage, acting like they don't want money. Virgo has been Jay's favorite for years, like he's obsessed. I know, sometimes I'm like, dude, relax. Just a fictional character. When you're doing events, do you do all in one character, or do you just farm your different characters? The events are different. Some events, you can do all the objectives on one character. Some events, like this one, are hero bound. So you only get rewards for one character. Because they're hero bound, because this event is hero bound, for example, it gives you pretty much exotics for most of your slot. I think this event gives you an exotic for every slot. So obviously you would just do it for each character, since you don't have a choice, they're hero bound. And you can always, farm if you want a particular role. Tachyon Anomaly event, for example, is different because for the most part, the only pieces people would look for from the Tachyon Anomaly is the slot 2 and sometimes the slot 1. But that event isn't hero bound. So if you're trying to increase your power level the most, you would just pick one hero and do the mission chains with that just that one hero and just stack all the rewards onto them. That way you get the biggest power level increase. But if you don't need to do that, then you just farm whatever gear that you're looking for. See, so Black Panther is done for the Ruskaya protocols. All my other heroes are already 175, so I don't need that anymore. What's my Thor build? This is my current Thor build. So what else? I did want to farm stuff, but with Iron Man. But that's probably going to be a lot of chest opening. But let me make sure I did all the villain sectors. Still got Black Panther and Captain America. Speaking of Captain America, I'll do a villain. So I gotta do a villain sector with Cap, and I gotta do it with Black Panther. That way I can get my key. Gotta get my DNA keys back to 99. The highest Flint. Cap highest. Hydra Cap skin. So, alright. Alright, Capte. What about it? Hydra Cap skin. Never get new in-game content. The old in-game content have the time gate removed so people can grind up. Yeah, if they're going to raise the power level cap again, they definitely need to make some adjustments. Like if the cap is raising again, then there should not be 140 gear at the vendors. The gear at the vendors should be 150 once you reach a certain power level. Once you essentially reach the soft cap. They could definitely afford to add another way to get superior gear. I understand why, from their perspective, they are doing the time gating. They don't have that much content in the game. And the content they do give is free. Like, it'd be different if it was Destiny. Because they charge for content. So you'd expect to let people level up to whatever they need to play the content the same day. But they're thinking of it for the longevity of the game. Like, if they know they know they don't have that much content, they know the content they do add is free. They don't want you to be able to get to 175 in one day. Because in their mind, they think, just in general, just turning off time gating, they think people are going to just max out all their characters and leave. Which isn't true. I'll be curious if they're basing that on actual data. Because the data I've seen shows the exact opposite. Most players don't even engage with the in-game content that much. I mean, I remember when I first got all my characters to 150, like early in the game, I unlocked that achievement. And it said that I was in the top 1% of players. So if 99% of your players don't even have all of their base 6 characters at 150, why would you assume that they're going to play the raid and the OLT over and over again until they hit 175? That's not going to happen. People are going to. A lot of people play the game. Most people play the game more casually than that. And the endgame players showed that if you give them the option to actually be rewarded when they play the raid, they're going to play it all the time. Like when the time travel bug was a thing, and you could turn the time gating off and play the elite raid as many times as you want to get yourself to 175 in a day if you wanted to. I noticed that player engagement was a lot higher because the in-game players would just keep playing the raid because they were getting superior exotics every time. They were getting 3 exotics every time. You know, once they got their characters, all their characters they wanted to 175, they would play it over and over again to help people get. They helped newer players get through the raid. They farmed for different gear for different builds. They farm for different stat rolls. So they shouldn't be afraid to loosen the time gating. To an extent, I think the backlash is overblown. I understand people are frustrated, but if you don't have a single character at 175 and you didn't just get the game like in the last month or the last week, like I don't understand the complaint, really, because that means you're not going to do if you weren't willing to play Family Reunion, if you weren't willing to play the raid, if you weren't willing to do the events on any character, you're probably not going to like the Omega level threat. Like there are people who only want to play the game solo, who are mad about the Omega level threat being 175. Like if you only play the game solo, it doesn't matter. You can't play it anyway. Feel like most only play the campaign dip. Yeah, and that's fine. Like if that's what you wanted, good. But all the content in the game isn't for everybody. The villain sector next month is for everybody. The OLT is for endgame players. What up, Tony? How you feeling, my friend? You never seen people use the Infinity War? My favorite cap skin. Time gating trash for a game like Avengers. This game lacks content. No, time gating works for Avengers to a degree, precisely because there's not a lot of content. It's just they go overboard. Like you have, like what you need in this type of game, especially if you don't have content, is stuff to chase. That's why the champion system was a good idea, you know, a Paragon system, but poorly executed. They need to give players stuff to chase. But they would definitely but they definitely go way overboard with the time gating. Like, I feel like the raid doesn't need to be time gated. The Tachyon Rifts definitely don't need to be time gated. Like, they go way overboard. Just let people play the game. They should at least test it out. Johnny Rocker's always suggesting this. Do like a event, a week long event where all the time gating is removed. You can play all the content as much as you want and get rewarded for it. Every time you complete the elite raid, you get the superior gear, you get the minor effect, you get all the usual stuff. As if you completed it for the first time. You can do it as many times as you want. And test and see how that affects player numbers. When's the new Hawkeye skin? Again, I don't have any information on release dates. When Miller leaks a skin, he does not have, unfortunately, any release dates. If the skin is something he can see in the files, it means it's something that is coming in the next month or two. But there's no release date because Crystal Dynamics decides what order they're going to release the skins in. Miller just confined them in the files, but only Crystal Dynamics knows the schedule. Players like that are weird. They just need to find a community like I found yours. Others, you don't have a problem finding squads. The hardest thing is for PC players, and even then, Bob was talking about this earlier. There are like several Steam communities for PC on Avengers dedicated to helping people find squads, and they're big groups. So it's just a matter of, you know, taking that extra step to find the resources that you need. Some people just don't want to take any extra steps. They just want it to be as convenient as possible, and that's just not the reality of the game. If you play this game on PC, you're gonna have to do some extra work, a little bit extra work. You know, joining a group on Steam if you're trying to get those raid completions. As someone that plays single player because you have two jobs, they'll play multiplayer when you're off work for 2 days. Still fun both ways. Yeah, like people who, there are people who play both. They don't have a lot of time, and that's fine. But you know, these sort of games are you know, that end game level content is meant for like the top percentage of players who grind their characters to the highest level, and eventually everyone can get there with a character. You know, I got Jane Foster's new, and I got her to 175. And even though I cover Avengers on the channel, I don't actually play it that much. Like, people that were following me since Jane came out, we played Jane the first day. We went hard on the first day. You know, then I grinded till I could get the build video out, and then I basically just chilled. I played Jane like once. I played like once a week. Got Jane, got my raid completion, got my OLT completion. Did the event when I felt like it, and peaced out. Like, I didn't bother to go too hard on Jane after that. It was just like, I just didn't feel like it. because there was no new content. So I was just like, okay, I do what I have to do to get my Jane to 175, and then I'll be on my way. Most didn't like the game because story revolved around Kamala. They wanted the loot gear system work like Justice. Yeah, like there's definitely I mean, Kamala is definitely not most people's first choices in terms of Marvel fans, and the gear system is by no means good, especially the team that first took over the game. They had no idea what they were doing. They just put stuff in there as a placeholder. But just having certain content be, oh, you have to be this power level to play, I don't have a problem with that as a concept. I think that's perfectly fine for this type of game. But they do need to make the grind to get there more enjoyable, I think. And that'll just come from adding more content. Like, that's ultimately what they need to do. Add more content. More content and more ways to get superior gear. Maybe the new villain sector will be that content. We don't even know yet. Like, the last Monica villain sector we got, I feel like was a waste. It doesn't give superior gear. It only gives Tachyon. It gives Tachyon gear, but only once a week, and it doesn't give superior gear. I felt like that was a waste. Like, so for the new Monica villain sector, I feel like that should give superior gear. Especially since it's the lead into the cloning labs. When you raise the power level cap, raise the soft cap, reward people with superior gear for doing that Monica villain sector. You can even time gate it because, you know, they love time gating. Easy peasy. You added me? Alright. Do the slots randomized when you have all your 165 gear? Yep. So I've heard some people have an issue where it locks. You shouldn't. But the way it's supposed to work and the way it usually works is that the slot lock-in goes away once you're 175. So I'm glad I got my Jane Foster guy roll now. As hard as people make it. Just started when the game came to PS Plus, and now most of your characters 150 and if you to 160. Yeah, it really isn't. If I get the Jane Foster to 175 in the time since she's been out, which, you know, she came to the game in June 28th. And I got her to 175 over the weekend. So if I could do that, people who had the game since last year or earlier, they can definitely get at least one character to 175. They just don't want. Like, the events make it a lot easier. If you're sufficiently motivated, you can get any character to 175. If you're sufficiently motivated. I understand not liking the current ways in the game to get to 175, but, you know, those are the ways. Can't do much if you don't enjoy the game as it currently is, but, you know, that's the game. There's not going to be a ton of new content coming the rest of the year, so The game is what it is. We're getting a villain sector. We're getting a new character. We're getting an OLT. And they're going to be doing individual character updates. So better traversal. Improve hero damage. But we'll see what they do when the power level cap increases. Honestly, you just get 3 pieces of gear per raid run. Increase power level to make farming to get raid gear so much better. Yeah, that's the thing they definitely need to improve. Like, I understand the time gating. The bigger issue to me with the raid is that you only get 1 piece of gear even after your first completion. Even though you're not getting superior gear. Like, why? That's what I understand. And they said they weren't going to do this. Like, they said, a lot of people complained when publicly and behind the scenes when they first introduced the Omega level threat, because they said their rewards were just unacceptable. Like, you basically are incentivizing people to only play your content once and leave your game, which makes no sense. Like, time gating to slow power level progression, okay, fine, but also making it so that people don't want to play your game more than once, like, doesn't make any sense. You can have the raids give out the same amount of gear, it just won't be superior gear after the first run, and then you get more, but after each run you get the same amount of gear. Like, it doesn't make any sense the way they have it right now. That's the bigger issue. Even with the time gating, if you could get the same amount of gear from the elite raid that you get from your first completion, people would play the raid a lot more. But once I do it once, it's like, okay, that's it for this week. There's no point. Like, people, if it was more rewarding, people would play it over and over again so they can get different roles. They can get farm for different pieces. That's what I meant when I said they go way over the top with it. They actively discourage people from wanting to play their game when they do stuff like that. Okay, so all my villain sectors are done. They should increase the faction stuff. Get superior gear to people that max out factions. There are a lot of ways there are a lot of creative ways they can do this. Not even that creative. Like, you can do something simple as the Mega Hive gives superior gear now. I don't know. I gotta talk to them about it. Where was that? My time zone is 2:23. Every time we do a raid, we end up getting screwed because 2 people leave before we make the final boss. Yeah, that's why you need like a dedicated raid group, because otherwise it's just going to be a pain. We're rolling the dice when you're playing with people you don't know. Just seen the answers on Reddit, and they have excuse for everything. Oh, raid and OLT are toxic. Events are repetitive. Matchmaking. Yeah, they're just excuses. That's exactly what they are. Excuses. You want to play the OLT? You want to play the cloning labs? Okay, get the 175. You don't like the ways that you can get the 175? Okay, don't play don't play cloning labs. or wait until we actually get the updates so we see what changes they make. You hope that when the new Mako fight comes out that they make Bobish available. Yeah, that's gonna be the thing. Like, they're gonna have to really improve the rewards for their missions. Like, if the new Monica villain sector has the same reward structure as the other one, beating the odds, then it means they've learned nothing. They've learned absolutely nothing. If it's comparable to beating the odds, it should not be time gated to once per week. Anthem is a truly dead game. Indeed. Anthem is literally dead as a game. The deadest of games. Fastest way to get champion points. The fastest way is to farm an elite enemy and then reload checkpoint. I have a video on my channel walking you through how to do it. Exclamation mark level up in the chat. The first part of the video is about leveling up. The second part shows you the best way to farm XP. Get all these. If there's so much potential, it's a shame. Yep. But it's a curse of the live service game. Lot of potential. Very easy to mess it up if you don't take it seriously. Avengers might have a chance to make it a comeback. Definitely has a chance, but yeah, it's right. Well, right now it's up to the Embracer Group, but also up to how well the devs were able to sell them on the potential of the game. One way or another, we should find out. Probably next month. Next month, we should know if dead game or a live game. Hopefully. Because at this point, I just want to know one way or another. I just want the clarity. What'd you miss? New Miller skin. According to Miller, new Captain America skin is coming. Hydra Captain America. The Winter Soldier skin comes out tomorrow for Captain America. They need a bigger team, more money. Definitely need a bigger team for the content. But they also need to hire the right people. Like in terms of their community, their marketing, they need whole new team. They need new people. Appreciate that sub, Hertz. Welcome to Durag Gang. Unibeam adding seconds to supercharge perk. Supercharge sounds like a perk. For supercharge. How do you spam those rockets? Be really good with your fingers. It's basically what happens when you switch back and forth really fast. Do you think Gotham Knights might push the team to complete that game? What do you mean? Push what team to complete the game? Did you revamp your communication strategy? Not try to bully college students. Yeah, yeah. Attacking college students for data mining definitely something they should revise about their strategy. Their Miller strategy is not working. Is Snow Soldier almost here? He is as close as he was yesterday. Do I think there are more Spider-Man skins coming? I do not. Ah, haven't had this crap. Haven't had that happen in a while. Classic Avengers crash. Well, doesn't happen that often on PS5. That brings back memories.